Episode 7, Death by Unarmed One-Armed Bandits. There is a moment, and every compulsive gambler knows exactly what I am talking about, when winning stops mattering. Not at the beginning. At the beginning, there was a win. A big one. The kind that makes your hands shake and your heart race and your brain light up in a way you have never felt before and will spend the rest of your addiction trying to feel again. That moment is the trap. That moment is where it all begins. We all know that the brain releases dopamine when certain things excite us. But for the addict, it doesn't excite us. It incites us. Gamblers chase a win they will never see again. Drinkers search for that perfect moment when alcohol made life tolerable, if only for a second. And narcotic addicts desperately reach for that elusive first high that is simply never coming back. The brain remembers the peak. The addiction is the endless, futile, devastating pursuit of returning to it. And it never comes. It can't. The threshold has moved. And so the addict keeps raising the stakes, chasing something that no longer exists. Compulsive gambling doesn't have one face. For some, it's the casino floor. For others, it's the racetrack, the sportsbook, the bingo hall, or the betting app on their phone. The venue doesn't matter. The compulsion is the same. Mine happen to live in casinos. I am a compulsive gambler. Not the kind who goes to the casino on a carefully planned budget, has a good time, and doesn't go back for a year. That person exists. I have watched them walk away from a machine and genuinely not care whether they won or lost. I could never understand them. For me, there were no boundaries, no ceiling, no rational stop mechanism. I had to go gamble. It wasn't a choice in any meaningful sense of the word. It was a compulsion as real and as urgent as breathing. And here is the part that is hardest to explain, even to myself. There were times I won, good money, money that could have brought every overdue bill current, put food in the refrigerator, maybe even saved the roof over my head. I didn't leave. I stayed until it was gone. Every last dollar. There was something unconscious happening in my mind that I still cannot fully explain. Winning didn't matter anymore. What mattered, what my diseased brain was actually seeking, was the self-harm, the loss, the destruction. It was, as I have come to think of it, death by unarmed one-armed bandits. Between the highs of having money to gamble with and the lows of leaving the casino with nothing, not even enough for gas, were the countless days and hours of desperation that nobody sees. The lies told to get cash, the bills explained away with elaborate fictions, the multiple payday loans taken out simultaneously, each one robbing the next paycheck before it arrived. The credit cards maxed to their limits and beyond. The phone calls not answered, the notices not opened. The slow, grinding, humiliating machinery of a life being dismantled one bad decision at a time. And then the house was foreclosed on. I moved to a cheap 2-bedroom rental, then fell behind on that rent too. So far behind that I was evicted. I packed what I could carry and left everything else behind. Furniture, memories, things that had once meant something. Gone. I moved in with a co-worker. It seemed like a lifeline at the time. It wasn't. They were high on marijuana constantly and had a talent for finding new things to bill me for. Their own bills went unpaid. One day the power was shut off. I gave them enough money to get the lights back on, but things just continued to go downhill from there. The next stop was a studio apartment in a neighborhood that I will describe simply as this. Gangs, prostitutes, drug addicts, and trash everywhere. It was the kind of place where you learned quickly not to make eye contact and not to be outside after dark. And I still gambled, even there, even then. The rent was due the next day. I didn't have it. I didn't have anything close to it. And so I made a decision that I can still feel in my chest when I think about it. I hauled everything I owned, everything that was left, to the dumpster outside, everything except a backpack. In the backpack went my laptop and a few essential items. That was all that remained of a life. A backpack. I was preparing to live on the streets. Had I reached my rock bottom? That night, my last night in that apartment, surrounded by nothing, with everything I owned in a dumpster outside, my phone rang. It was a former boss. She knew my situation. One of her clients had a daughter who had called her in desperation. Her father needed a live-in caregiver. The father was a near-total quadriplegic with only limited use of one arm and one hand. Housing, food, all utilities provided. They wanted me to start the next day. I broke down completely, bawling like a baby. The relief that washed over me in that moment was so enormous, so total, that I cannot find words adequate to describe it even now. It was like being pulled from the water just as your lungs give out. Grace, pure, unearned, inexplicable grace. But here is what I need you to understand. Here is the part that makes addiction so insidious and so unlike anything else. Did I stop gambling? No. I had been rescued. My body had a roof over it. My stomach would be fed. But my addiction was not in remission. The disease doesn't care about your circumstances. It doesn't care that you just got a second chance. It doesn't care that you should be grateful, that you have every reason to stop, that any rational person would look at what just happened and never set foot near a casino again. It doesn't care. It never cared. That is the nature of the beast. I had been rescued, but I still had a very long way to go. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction or a mental health crisis, help is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call or text 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. You are not alone.